Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome to another Project Sparrow developer update. To begin with, just want to let you guys know we're planning to release the update for the rework tomorrow. So that's Monday, 6 p.m. GMT. So what's going to happen is we're going to replace the live version of the game with this rework update. And then we're going to put the live version in a separate branch so you can kind of go back to the old one if you want to, and you can freely swap between them both for now. Hopefully that's the plan. That's how we're going to try and do it, and hopefully it all works. So I'm going to go through some of the map changes, some gameplay changes, and a bunch of other things. So there'll be chapters in the description if you want to jump through. And if you want to watch a short 60-second video, I've made a YouTube short as well, so you can just check that out for all the new changes if you don't want to see me waffling. So to begin with, we have the new map that I'm on now. So this one is Flagstone. So honestly, it's kind of one of my favorite maps aesthetically at the moment. It's a bit smaller than Sanctum and King's Rest. It plays quite fast, but currently this side has quite a big advantage if you spawn on the side, just because of this high ground's pretty OP, but probably gonna beef up this side a bit more in a future update. But yeah, I'm really liking this map at the moment. It's nice. And then moving on to another map. This one is Sanctum. So you saw this one in the last update that I did, and it was all grey boxed. But this is what it's looking like now. Really nice. Quite happy with what I've done on this map. I think it's my favorite. I think I said that about the last one though, so I'm not too sure which one I prefer, either this one or Flagstone. This one's pretty sick though. So I have also made some changes to the core baseline of abilities. So the utility slot now doesn't have grapple. That's its own separate key, and that's just baseline that everyone gets it. So your grapple goes on Q by default, your utility goes on R, and then the ultimate is on Z. So you can change those if you want, but that's how we're doing it for now. And then with kick, so that's no longer its own keybind. So if you jump and melee, it'll do a kick. And if you just melee while not in the air, then it'll just do a normal punch. It's two variants of the kick. So if you jump and kick someone, you see this red circle in the middle. That's the cooldown for a strong kick. And then the next one is just going to be a weak kick that just knocks them back a little bit. So I can show you that again. So it's off cooldown. Now it's on cooldown, so now it won't push him as far back. And then it's off cooldown, so get the big kick and the stun. Taking a look at the loadout and some of the different abilities that we've got now. So Blink is a look, direction, kind of fast movement teleport thing. This is quite OP, so I recommend not using that. And Dash received a buff, so it doesn't feel like you're getting slowed down anymore when you use it. And Roll has two use cases. Oh, I did slide there as well, but so Roll, you will crouch and the camera will go lower, but we haven't done that yet. But there's two variants of the roll as well. So if you roll and jump straight away, you'll go a short distance, and then if you roll and jump after 1.5 150 milliseconds, you'll go further. So there's kind of two ways you can play with it. And then we have Pocket Dust. Oh, ignore the trace, but this is a blind. So ignore the lines, but that's the blind effect. I know it's pretty bad, but that's what we're working with for now. And the range is 10 meters, but I think I might reduce it to 8 because it has been quite strong in some of the tests we've been doing too. But yeah, it's pretty cool. And then throwing knife, same as the live version. You can't hold it at the moment. It's kind of just an instant throw. But animation's pretty bad too, but it is what it is. So that's 75 damage and then 150 to the head. And then, oh, this is the buff spawn as well on King's Rest. So it's kind of on this middle pillar that you kind of have to fight for if you want to secure the buff. So that's pretty cool. So there's also buffs in the game as well. Speaking of, so buffs are, it's a random spawn between health, movement, or damage buff. So there's 3 different ones, it's random, and it spawns 30 seconds into the game. So if I pick up the movement buff, I get 30% extra move speed, 20% climb speed extra, and when you pick it up, I'm also going to make it so it resets your movement ability too, and probably reduce your cooldowns for your movement ability and grapple whilst you have it active. That bit's not implemented yet, but that's probably what I'm going to add in a future update. And then damage, the damage buff is just double damage, and health buff gives you full health. That's how they currently work, but they will probably receive some changes as we progress through early access. There has been an update to the colors of the teams as well, just so it's a bit easier to read. So we have Paragon and Oracle being Amber and the blue team, which is indicated by the scoreboard too. And all the icons for abilities and everything have received new icons as well. And you can see them all. You can see all your character information too when pressing F1. Text block is not an ability, that is the grapple. Yes. And then in the settings menu, we also have show crosshair and crosshair color as well, so you can change those if you want to. Moving on to the main menu and the matchmaking. So with the matchmaking from our tests we've been doing, we think we've ironed out most of the bugs now, so everything should work smoothly. There is one issue where if you queue as a party, you probably won't be on the same team, but we'll fix that when we can. Regions, you can select whatever region you want. You can pick them all as well if you want to, and then you can jump in the training range tutorial as well whilst you're in the queue. I do want to make it so you can maybe queue into a death match or invite your friends as well to the training range whilst you're in the queue. We do have one annoying bug where the audio volume might be lower than intended, even though it isn't displayed in the audio settings. If there's any Unreal devs out there that know what the issue could be, I am more than willing to listen because I have no idea. But I'm working on it. And hopefully early next year we'll have Reconnect working and replays and custom games. They're the 3 big ones that I want to get in as soon as we can as well, because a game that doesn't have a reconnect feature or replays or custom games. So there we go. Just a note on the store and the armory and how that's going to work with the rework as well. So all your old skins and everything, they just don't exist in the new game because we don't use those assets anymore, so it's not really possible. So what we've done instead is we've added a currency to the store, and everyone who's played previously will be getting 2,000 Sparrow coins, which they can use to spend in the new store. Currently we just have the supporter pack for the rework, which includes a finisher, a spray, and a badge next to your name on the scoreboard. It will have a charm for your bow, a bow skin, and a character skin as well. They're not currently in the game, but as soon as we add them to the game, you'll get those too, and we will have those available before we leave early access. So if you want to help support continued development of the game, really appreciate it. It helps us out a bunch. And with the Sparrow coins, when you buy them as well, they're in the correct set amounts. There's no like malicious intent like most companies do, so that's cool too. So with the replays, I've got a little video playing here of me just testing out the replay system on the flagstone map with a quick test we did the other day. And we've got a free cam, third person, swap between players with keybinds. Like our replay system is working and everything. We just need to hook it up to the menu so players can just download their replays and watch them. But yeah, I really like it. It's sick. But that's gonna be about it for this video, guys. Be sure to check out the update that goes live tomorrow. Hopefully everything goes okay with that. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with where the game's at right now. It's pretty sick. We're playing it almost every night with some of the closed testers, so kind of just want to get it out there so all you guys can start playing it as well, and we can start pumping out frequent updates for the game and, you know, making it as good as we can. There's so much more that we want to do with the game, you know, like different classes, abilities, different game modes, different, you know, new maps, like just so much. To begin with, a lot of the different class abilities that we're going to add are just going to fall under the Ranger, which is this class, and then it'll kind of just be a sandbox for a while until we get all the abilities sorted, and then we'll sort those into classes and different weapons and all that kind of stuff. So pretty excited for that when that comes. That should be cool. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate it. Peace.